Pilates Matwork session where we're working with the resistance band. If you don't have a band, like so, you could use a pair of tights, which I'll show you how to use when we get started. So first of all, what I would like you to do is to, if you're using tights, to open the legs out, and we're going to start off standing on top of your tights or on top of your band, with the band or the tights running behind the back of your spine along the length of your body. So obviously you'll stand on one foot with both of your feet, and you'll bring the other foot behind your head if you're using your tights. I'm going to use my pink band, and if you are using a band, you want a band that has a little bit of resistance and not too much stretch and also not too tight. And also you need a long enough band that you can take it along the length of your body. This band is about 2 meters long. If you don't have a band or tights, just simply stand with your arms to your sides and let your arms hang forwards with your spine as you bring your spine forwards. So what we're going to do is start off with a roll down. And I'm going to take the band behind my back. So I'm just going to turn to the side so you can see my spine as I move. So I'm standing on the band with both of my feet, but my feet are as wide apart as is possible. And then the band we're going to take behind the back, all the way along the length of the body. So when you're standing in this position, you want to encourage the natural curves of the spine. So you can see, hopefully with my band, that I have my natural lumbar curve in place. Most of us have a degree of curvature. Some of us are less pronounced, and some of us are more pronounced. So just finding your neutral pelvis, your neutral spine. And then you also feel there's a gap behind your neck and where the band is. So that should help you to find those neutral curves. And then we're going to start off really slowly moving through the spine. And we're going to work through each section of the spine, through the cervical spine of the neck, down through the thoracic spine of the upper body, down into the lumbar spine, and eventually we'll bring the pelvis forwards, rolling the pelvis on top of the legs. Obviously you can't see my feet. I don't want you to feel that you have to touch the floor with your hands, especially as we're holding the band. Generally, a roll down is about mobilizing the whole length of your spine. It's not about trying to touch the floor. So let's start off standing really tall in the body, and I want you to engage the tummy muscles, just gently pulling the tummy towards your spine. Then straighten your arms a little bit, but keep the back of your head pressing into the band. Take a breath in here. Now as you breathe out, nod your chin and bring your neck a little bit forward, so you start to look down towards the chest. Take another breath in there. Breathe out. Now bring your arms, your shoulders, your upper back and your mid-back forwards, rounding the spine. Take a breath in there. You'll notice my lower back, my pelvis are still straight. Now I'm going to bring the lower spine forward, so I'm curling through the whole length of my spine now. Still my pelvis is in neutral, my hips are open. I'm going to take a breath in there, and now finish off the roll down by rolling the pelvis forwards on top of your legs. The arms are low to the floor, the head is hanging down towards the mat, but still in contact with the band. Take a breath in there, and now breathe out. Draw the tummy in, roll your spine back, bone by bone, restacking it on top of the pelvis. Bring the head back last, bend your arms, and let's do another set. Breathing in, straightening the arms. Breathe out, nod the chin, lengthen the neck. Pause there, take a breath in. Breathe out, bring the shoulders, upper back, mid-back forwards. Pause there. Breathe out, roll down through the lumbar spine. Pause there. And then breathe out, roll down through the pelvis and feel that length down the back of the legs. The arms are long, the head is loose. Take a breath in there and breathe out. Pull the tummy in, roll the pelvis back first. Lumbar spine, mid-back, upper back, neck, eventually the head. Bend your arms and then let go of the band. Just let it drop down to the floor by your, underneath you. So now I want you to do another few roll downs. You can move the band out of the way. We're not going to use it for the next couple of sets, but I want you to really be aware of that same spinal movement. So So although we're going to move a little quicker now, still remember that sequential movement through each part of the spine. You can't see my feet, but what I'm going to do is now step my right foot a foot forwards, just a foot. Make sure the feet have space between them. So what you don't want to do is have your feet one in front of the other, because then you're almost walking on a tightrope and it's really difficult to balance in this position. So make sure there's space between the feet, but bring that right foot forwards. And we're going to do another roll down. So we're standing up nice and tall, the arms are just hanging loose to your sides this time. Take a breath in, engage the tummy. As you breathe out, move down bone by bone through the whole of your spine. Still breathing out as you come all the way down towards the floor. Take a breath in as you reach the bottom. You'll feel a bit of length down the back of the right leg. Breathe out, roll yourself back up, bone by bone by bone. When you get to the top, take a breath in, and let's do one more like that. Breathing out as you roll down. Breathing in as you reach the bottom. Breathe out, draw the tummy in, bring the pelvis back, the lower back, mid back, upper back, the neck and the head. Let's swap the legs around and we're going to come back into that same movement. So now let's step your left foot forwards, just one foot in front of the right foot. Make sure there's that space between the feet again. Open up the chest, relax the arms, draw the tummy to the spine. Breath in to prepare, breathe out, nod the chin, lengthen the neck, round the shoulders, round the spine, keeping the tummy active as you go forwards, bone by bone by bone. Take a breath in at the bottom. Breathe out, the tummy draws back in as we roll the pelvis back, the spine restacks, and we finish off standing nice and tall. We'll do one more set. Breathing out to go down. Breathing in at the bottom. Feel that length down the back of the left leg. Breathe out, roll your spine all the way back up until you're standing tall again. So now we're going to make it a little bit more challenging for not only your balance, but also for your spine to move in rotation. Again, I'll give you a little demo first, so maybe watch me before you do this one. So I'll do one demo and then we'll do one together. So first of all, step your right foot forwards 2 feet in front. So you've got much more space now between the feet. Then take your left foot slightly out to the side, maybe just 1 foot to the side, and then turn your left foot and left leg outwards in your hip. So now your left foot is pointing diagonally to the corner of the room in front of you. Your right foot is pointing forwards to the wall in front of you. And we're going to do another roll down, but this time we're going to add in a little bit of rotation. So keep the knees soft, let the arms be loose, take a breath in at the top, breathe out and nod the chin to the chest, and roll down through the spine. When you've gone as far as you can comfortably go, keep your right arm just dangling towards your right foot, and then twist your spine to the left, opening your left arm right up towards the ceiling if possible. And you're looking up the length of your arm right up to your fingers. We're going to stay there for a moment, take a breath in and out. Maybe you can add a little bit more rotation. And then you can untwist your spine, lower that left arm down to the floor, and then draw your tummy in and roll yourself back up. So I'm going to do another set because hopefully you were just watching that one, and now we'll do one together. So remember that your right foot is pointing forwards, your left foot is pointing at a diagonal. There's plenty of space between the feet, the legs are quite wide apart. And we draw the tummy into the spine. So gently roll down through your spine, sequentially curling from the top of your head to the base of the spine, and then let the pelvis tip forwards. Keep your right arm down towards your right leg. Open your left arm up to the ceiling, twisting your head, your neck, your shoulders backwards. And you're looking right up the length of the arm as much as is comfortable and possible. Still the spine is curling, still the tummy is drawing towards the spine. Maybe your left shoulder can twist a little bit more behind you to give you more rotation, and you'll feel this down the side of the body. Just hold that for another breath or two. Keep looking up the arm if you can. And then untwist your spine at the arm release. Draw your tummy in. Roll yourself all the way back up until you're standing tall. Then we'll swap to the other side. So I'm just going to shuffle over, but you can just simply swap your legs. So now bring your left foot forwards 2 feet. The right foot steps out a foot to the right, and then turn the thigh bone out in your hip. So your right foot is pointing at the diagonal, your left foot is pointing straight in front. When you're ready to go, engage the tummy, keep the knees soft, nod your chin to your chest, and go down, curling through the spine towards that left foot, rolling down just as far as is comfortable. Then keep your left arm towards your left leg, open your right arm up towards the ceiling and twist your spine to look up towards that hand. Take a breath in as you hold that position, still breathing out, hold that position. If you can, twist that shoulder back a little bit more to give you more rotation in your spine. Just hold that for one more breath in and one more breath out. And then let the right arm release. Connect your tummy, roll your spine back up again. Bone by bone restacking until you're standing tall. And then bring your legs together. Give them a little shake out if you need to release any tension or tightness. And then let's start to work with the band again. This time we're going to work through the arms. If you are using tights, just bring the legs together and hold on to either end. If you are using your band, you will hold the band with your arms about a little wider than shoulder width apart. So think of a V position through the arms. We're going to come into a pole raises exercise. And what I want you to do is focus on maintaining a lovely neutral spine and pelvis. So the lowest of your ribs draw down towards your hips, your tummy stays lightly engaged, and we're going to move through the arms. So we start with the arms to your sides, just resting. The band is slack. We're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, the arms float up towards the ceiling. Then breathe in, bend your arms, stretch the band, and pull the band down towards your forehead. Then reach back to the ceiling and let your arms come forwards and rest to your sides. So we breathe out to come up. Breathe in to bend the arms, stretch the band. Breathe out to reach the arms to the ceiling. Breathe in to rest to your sides. I'll just show you a side view. So you're keeping the tummy engaged, holding the ribs to the hips, bending the arms, stretching the band, reach to the ceiling, and come back to your side. We'll do 2 more sets. Breathing out, breathe in to bend, breathe out to reach, breathe in to release. Last one. Then we're going to add a little bit of upper body extension. So what I want you to try to do here is to keep your lumbar spine as still as possible and just move through the chest, through the top of your spine. So we're trying to bend the upper body ever so slightly backwards. Your neck will bend slightly backwards, your chin will lift slightly as we add in the movement. If you feel this in your lower back, maybe reduce the range of your movement. The more your tummy engages, the more you should be able to stabilize and hold the lower back still. So let's start off in the same way. So it's exactly the same arm position, holding the band a little wider than your shoulders, arms to your sides. The arms float up to the ceiling again. This time, as you bend your elbows and pull the band down towards your forehead, slide your breastbone up towards the band and lengthen your neck to look over the band. And then reach your arms back to the ceiling, your spine comes back to neutral, and then let the arms rest to your sides. So breathe in to prepare. Breathe out to float up. Breathe in to bend the arms, lengthen the breastbone, lift the chest. Breathe out to reach the arms back up, and breathe in to release. We'll do just 2 more like that. What you might feel is a bit of length across the front of the body, I hope, and a little bit of connection connection into the sides of the body as you work with the band. This is our last set. And then let the arms rest to your sides. Great, well done. So let's now take the band behind your back. And we want to hold the band with lots of tension. So the left hand is going to hold the band onto your left hip. The right hand is going to hold the band onto the chest, onto the breastbone. And you'll notice the band is really tight all the way behind my body. So right tight and hugging the body. Now I want you to keep the elbows as relaxed as possible. Stand up nice and tall. Feet are hip width apart. Knees are nice and soft and the tummy is engaged. As you breathe out, your right arm is going to straighten forwards in front of you and you'll stretch the band. And then breathe in as you bend the arm. Breathe out to go forwards. Breathe in to bend. So if I turn to the side, you'll notice that as my right arm goes forwards, my shoulders stay level to the front, my hips stay level to the front. I'm just working into that right arm and into those shoulder muscles. We'll just do one more set. Now I want to add in rotation, but only of the upper back, not the pelvis, not the whole body. So I don't want to see any swinging of the hips backwards. The pelvis will stay absolutely still. We're just mobilizing the top of the spine. So when you next have straightened your right arm, bring the head to the left, your neck to the left, your shoulders and arm to the left, and your spine to the left, but not the pelvis. And then untwist your spine and come back to the center. Take a breath in. Breathe out, straighten the arm, and twist to the left. And then breathe in, untwist, and breathe out to come back. Let's do 2 more sets. Arm goes in front, the upper body rotates to the left, the left shoulder goes back, the right shoulder goes forwards, you untwist and you come back. I'll just do one from the front view, breathing out. And breathing in to come back. So now let's switch over with the hands. So bring your right hand onto your hip, bring the left hand onto your chest, and we do the same on this side. So initially the pelvis, the shoulders face the front, just the left arm stretches out in front, and then bend to come back. Breathe out to stretch, breathe in to bend. We'll do 3 more. And you'll feel the band tugging across your back, tempting you to rotate, but we're not rotating just yet. Good, so now let's add rotation. As your left arm straightens, you twist your upper body to the right, but keeping the hips facing forwards. You untwist the spine, you bend the left arm. Breathe in there. Breathe out, reach the arm forwards, rotate to the right. Untwist the arm and come back to the center. We'll do 2 more sets. Remember, hips face the front. Breathe out. Breathe in to come back. Breathe out. Breathe in to come back. When you finish there, you can release the band to one side. Give your shoulders a little circle in one direction initially, just releasing any upper back tension. You can reverse the circles. Let's do just a nice little release for the lower back. So bring your feet just hip width apart. We're going to come into a Pilates squat with a roll up through the spine. So what I want you to first of all do is to bend your hips, knees, your ankles and float your arms in front, and you'll notice the back stays long and straight. Then I want you to tuck the tailbone down towards your feet, look down towards your feet, and then roll your spine back up as you straighten the legs and relax the arms. So we breathe into that squat, breathe out, push the pelvis forwards, round your lower back, lower the arms, look to the feet, and then roll your spine back up. So it's like a little half roll up, similar to what we did at the very start. So So we breathe into the squat, breathe out as you curl back up. Breathing in, breathing out. We'll do 3 more sets. So hopefully this is loosening up any lower back tension that may have crept in with all that upper body work with the band. Last one to finish. Once you've come all the way back up, you're standing up tall again. Shake out those legs, release any tension into those thighs. And we're going to pause there for now and continue the next part of the session sitting on top of your mats. So I'll see you on the